This is just a quick vid on how to put the homework together. I have the InDesign file that is inside week 10, and I have my project file labeled with my name. Yeah? Okay, I'm going to open up the InDesign file. I've written my name and my project name here. I'm going to open up the Photoshop file. And while this is opening, I'll just say that this is a former student's file. But before I save this out, I'm going to make sure of two things. If I have any extra artboards, I'm going to delete them. I only want the 6 artboards. Now, Randy has a color palette here. You can see this down here. Not a big deal. You can delete it. If you want to keep it, you can keep it. But you'll notice that the color palette just says color palette, whereas these all say .png. You can do .png or you can do .jpeg, whatever you prefer. But watch what happens. I'm going to go in to File, Generate, and I'm going to make sure that Image Assets is checked on. Now, it was checked on when I got here, so now it's toggled off. I'll toggle it on again. You want that check mark. All right? And I'm going to just hit Save, just to be sure. And if I come back down here, now it's over here. You have to look for it. But I think you can see the Photoshop file has generated this folder. And if I open the folder, here are the PNGs created from these artboards. And I'll just point out to you that it didn't create a PNG for color palette, because color palette, number one, isn't switched on, and number two, doesn't end in .png. If you have named something .png and you've named it incorrectly, you'll get an error message here in the folder. So if you get 5 PNGs and a thing that says error text, error.txt, it means that you've misnamed one of you. Like it tried and couldn't do it. So go back and make sure that they're named correctly. All right, so I've got my 6 panels. I'm going to open this up. Here I am in InDesign. Sorry, and I'm going to go to File, Place. And it's going to say, okay, what do you want to place? My files are on the desktop. So I'm going to go get them. Here they are. And I am going to grab them all. I can do this one at a time. Sorry, click where I want it to go. And then say 1. Click where I want it to go. And then say 2. Click where I want it to go. And then say 3. Click. And I think you can see as I put them in that they're way bigger. That's okay, because where am I? Up to 5. That's okay, because when I made these boxes, I made sure that they were the correct proportion, even though they're much smaller. So watch. If I come in now, and I've got my solid arrow tool, and I'm going to marquee a box so that everybody gets selected. I can also do this with the Shift key, right? Click, 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 click. And then I'm going to go to Object, Fitting, Fit Content Proportionally. And voila, they just pop right into the box. And if I come down here and click the Preview button, you can see. All right. And then the last thing you have to do in InDesign is this. You're going to go halfway down on the File menu to Presets. I want the smallest file size. You're not going to have all of these. I work a lot in InDesign, so I have these, but you're going to have this one. So you're going to grab the smallest file size. I'll save it to the desktop for now. Here's the important part. Make sure this button is checked, okay? Because you want to see it when you're done. Go ahead and hit Export. Don't worry about that. And there's my PDF. All right, so the 2 things I want, we're almost done. I'm going to close this out. The 2 things I want now, I want this Photoshop file, this .psd file, and this PDF that you have generated. We're going to put them in a folder. Sorry, we're going to put them in a folder. Come here. And we'll call it Chris Dykman Project 2. I'm going to take these two items, stick them in the folder, and I'm going to compress it. I compress it by going to File, come down to Compress, and it's going to make me, see there it goes, it's compressing this together. Please don't try and upload an uncompressed folder. It will take you hours. And here is my zip file. Zip is what they call a compressed file. This is what I want you to upload by midnight on Sunday to our assignments, okay, in Brightspace. If you have questions, if you need help, even if it's midnight on Sunday, I want you to reach out to me, okay? I will stay up. But this is what I want, and I want both of those files to have your blessed name on them. This is such a basic thing, and I'm tired of asking for it. So make sure your name is on both the InDesign file, which means that your name will be on the PDF that's generated, and your Photoshop file. All right, I'm right here if you need me. I'm home all weekend.